Good evening, everyone. Thank you all first for us joining today. I'm Ayush Jha, and I am the organizer for today's session, hosted by our GDG, as I am the lead here too. So, so, first of all, welcome all of you, and I welcome you all to this session. We are currently streaming both on Instagram and YouTube. We have launched a series which was also previously launched 1 or 2 tenures before in GDSC-IEM, that is Guide with Placement series. And this is the first session of Guide with Placement series, which is to be conducted by our speaker and our respected alumni, Chaitak Gorai, who is currently placed at Juspay as an product engineer. Going for the basic introduction, he was the only one who was placed in Juspay from our college. And not to degrade anything, but from a 3DA college and getting into product based on campus, it is too good a deal. I think you guys can also understand and imagine that how good it is to be there. Today, he will be sharing insights from his journey and giving us a deep dive into how we can prepare for a successful tech career. Chaitak Bhaiya, thank you so much as you are a senior. So, being your junior, I'm calling you Bhaiya. Uh, Thank you so much for coming here and putting in so much effort to start this series. And again, clarifying one thing, Bhaiya was the only one. Bhaiya was the one who asked me to start this again. So he is the initiator. I didn't have an idea of I can start a series. I had an idea ki I can start random sessions, but this series is huge and it will be so beneficial for you. So Bhaiya, you can take the mic now.
Yeah, hello everyone. So, good evening, first of all. And this is Chaitak Gorai. I'm from the batch of year 2024, and I'm from Computer Science and Engineering Department, the core branch. And as introduced by Ayush, I've been working as a product engineer one at Juspay. Back in year 2023, I have worked under Google Summer of Code GSOC under the Libre Health organization, and in the throughout my 4 years of college, I have done some more into the community things, organizing events, organizing sessions. As he said, 2 years back we were the organizers for this guide to placement session, and now after 2 years, I'm feeling glad that I've been invited. Really thankful to Ayush that I've been invited to this session. And yes, it will be more into an interactive session. I will be taking you through a flow, how this placement things works. So this session will be for everyone. If you are in first year, if you are in second year, doesn't matter. Even if the pass outs, like who already passed from the college, they are currently working in the different companies, they can also take some insights from this session. I will try to add some points for them also, like how it can be beneficial for them also, right? So that's a brief introduction. We can now move forward. Back to you.
Surely, Bhaiya, thank you so much. And also, adding to Bhaiya's introduction, he was also placed in Accenture uh, in his time, and he also cleared GSOC, and he worked at a in he worked there in the labor health, and he was also a backend developer at Bees official app. When I was in first year, my batch was in first year, that this application was shared, and we were so fascinated with that seriously, this has been done from students of our seniors and all. So getting into the thing, I think I hope it will be so interesting. The session is gonna be so interesting, and you can ask your questions after we finish. So to get started, Bhaiya, can you tell about yourself and like your journey from how you started, your everything, from coming from which background you were from? Some people are from non-computer background, some are from computer background, and how you started your basic journey from first year.
Okay, so I didn't have much knowledge about like the computer science back in class till class 12. But the basic web development thing, like that HTML CSS thing, that was in our course till class 10. So initially, when I was in class 9th or 10, I get some idea about that HTML thing, and it was very much interesting for me that we can build something and it will be visible to other people. So this was the major factor behind me, like for choosing web development from the very early age. I love to build websites back in school itself, like simple HTML pages. Those were simple, very simple, like normal HTML CSS pages. But when I came into this college, like in the first year was mainly online, so we got a lot of time to explore things. And yes, in that phase I like learned some extra skills like the PHP, which was used as a backend or front end both. So I tried to make some projects in that PHP language. So but in the second year I was more into like organizing sessions and events. I parallelly I was learning tech. So fast forward, when I in the last year, we I was able to crack GSOC, and it was also like a interesting journey to like crack GSOC in with a 1 or 2 week of preparation. I haven't like dreamed about it, but yeah, with some preparation, some hacks, I was able to crack it. Uh, Moving forward, in our college placement, we got some companies coming up by June, July. Juspay was one of the first company to come to the college, but the selection process was too lengthy. So my first test was done in June only, but I got the offer at November. So we will move forward with the whole process for that also. So it was around 5 to 6 months of process. And after last year November, I've been working as a first intern. Then I've been like working as a full time at Juspay. And that's all. Like that's a brief summary of what I've been done throughout these 4 years.
But yeah, as you have two things, it was so highlighting. One thing is that you started your web development at a very early time, and first thing,
Right.
sometimes what happens that we get to realize very late that we should be doing development too, and it becomes very difficult to. I think everyone here can relate because everyone is from the same background. That they are in the clutter of a confusion and what should they do, development DSA, development DSA, and you were always clear in that thought process that there is a certain timeline which I need to follow to do particular things. And
Right.
also doing the community thing, being in the active in the events. And I have
Yep.
seen it develops it. I think you can also Bhaiya, can you briefly tell us about how these organizing events, getting into the these things, how did it help you in brief?
Okay, so I will like frankly tell everyone, like whoever there in this session, please enjoy your college life, because it's just the 4 years you have in this, like whatever college you are there, right? I would suggest that please enjoy at much extent you can do. Take part in events, take part in sessions, connect with your seniors, interact with others, because these are the soft skills you learn on the go, right? Theory is different, studying theory is different, obtaining some good CGPA is different, but these are also as much important at that aspect, right? So by doing all this, what I feel that yeah, I possess some leadership skills that I got to learn. Even in the corporates also, if you have some soft skills like good communication skills, good leadership skills, then obviously you will be having a much higher curve than others, those who just know like how to code. So apart from just know how to code, why become a like a boring developer? You should have some communication skills, you should have some leadership skills, and that can be only be achieved from taking part in all those activities, be it hackathon, be it any competition, be it any sessions you took, organize any sessions. All this co-curricular activities helps a lot, what I feel. So yeah, so all these years, like even not only it helped me, what I feel that I can contribute to the community, right? So by organizing these, many people are getting involved. Many people who don't know anything about tech, anything about the networking, they are going an idea about how this process works. Also in the run, we are making some good friends. We have been close to many seniors. our last year, like the pass out of 2023 batch, they were very close to us. We got a fantastic support from them, from in any aspect, be it like some feedback about anything, how we are performing, or any career guidance. What we got from the seniors only, right? So what I will suggest that try to explore thing. We will be moving forward with a like year by year to do things to achieve a higher result in this placement journey. So we will be moving forward to that part also. Like if you are in first year, what should you do? If you are in second year, what should you do? Similarly, if you are in fourth year or some 2 to 3 months are left, then what should you do, right? So we'll be moving forward to the that part also in this session. But yeah, so be positive, be optimistic to whatever things you are doing. You should like accept it, and you should like do it, because there are some plus points also, there are some negative points. Many will debate that taking part in this session, organizing this session will just waste of time, but I will not agree to them, because the plus points, the positive points are more than the like negative ones, right?
Yes, Bhaiya, completely agreed with you. And this is something quite a different thing that I have seen you and also senior like Prakash Bhaiya. He is your friend. You guys are someone who also participated in organized big events of the college and are also placed in at great place today. I know some of my seniors who are at great place today, but we don't personally know them still. They are but like the beauty of advantage we can get from seniors like you, Prakash Bhaiya, you, we haven't been able to get that from them. So it's that is the different, that has been a different thing. But yeah, now taking on to the basic how, like hello everyone, I'll be taking this thing first of all to the how interview, till interview what are the steps you need to do. So Bhaiya, please take us through all the basic steps and basic things involved to cracking an interview of a general company, like the companies which come in our college. Taking specific companies, you can also do that, like majorly.
Okay, so before moving forward, what I would like to say is like we will try to understand the basics, right? So what I feel that whoever in this session, they don't know anything about the complete process. So even if you know the definition of algorithm, right? What is an algorithm? Algorithm is a kind of like a step by step thing to do something, right? So what I feel that nobody don't know anything about these placement things. So let us first try to understand like what companies want. So if you are something like a hiring recruiter for a company, then what will you will expect from your candidate, right? So you will first expect that the candidate should know some basic problem solving skills, and apart from that, the candidate should know like the real life real life experience. That real life experience can come from projects, or that real life experience can come from the internship also, right? So these are the major two things which the interviewer or the hiring recruiter expect from a candidate, that they have a good problem solving skill, and they have some experiences either from projects or either some from good internship, right? So now try to understand how we can like move backward. So what we are doing, we are reverse tracking, right? So these are the two things required by the companies. Now what we should do for the problem solving case, you can do it like problem solving for our software developer is what solving like DSA problem, what we used to know, right? So that can be done through various way. So many will the one way is the CP, competitive programming, right? The other way is just do the basic lead code. So I will like try to answer another question here, like the CP versus lead code. Many of the viewers try to ask like whether CP is required or not. So if you want to answer like whether CP is required or not, first understand what are the pros and cons of CP, right? So if you are doing CP, then the pros are that you are going to be very good at problem solving, obviously, but you are also getting good at time management. Like you are solving the problem, but you are solving the problem in time, and this benefits the you like the person when they are in a real interview, because for any good companies the interview like interviewer have around 45 to 1 hour time, right? And in that time we want to understand like the candidate can solve how many problems. So in Google, like they ask around 2 to 3 medium to hard level questions. So if you are able to solve that 2 to 3 hard level questions, you are for sure selected. But in that 45 minutes, if you are only stuck to only single question they ask and you try to explain and solve the completely, that will not work, right? So by doing CP, you are not only getting problem solving skills, but you are also getting the time management, like working in under pressure, under the pressure of time. So this is a benefit. But doing what I feel personally, that doing CP is not a mandatory thing. You can do the, like you can take the pros of that thing by doing normal lead code also. So what I did personally, I did lead code for around 4 to 5 months. Honestly, 4 to 5 months, and I try to just solve at least one question per day. That will be for sure. At least one question I will solve, and I will like go through all the algorithm, all the data structure behind it. But this is far forward. Like when you are in third year, fourth year, you will do it. But if you are a beginner, like first year, second year, what should you do? Like for the problem solving state thing, what should you do as in first or second year? So you should try exploring different things. Whether CP works for you or not, you should try to give one or more contests. Try to do some 1 2 problems in lead code also, right? And before doing that, what should you know? You should know the basic data structures. So even if you are in first year, second year, before moving to the problem solving case, what you should do, you should first learn the basics about data structure. The basics can be anything: array, queues, linked list, anything, stack, whatever the basic data structures are there. Because if you are trying to solve a problem but you don't have that toolkit with you, you can't solve the problem, right? So the basic data structure is needed, that is for sure. Now moving to the second part of the like coin, the second part is the development or real life experience. So the real life experience can be coming from anything. You have done hackathons, you have done some good projects, you have done some good internship, right? And now here there are many options for all the viewers out there. You can be a good web developer, you can pursue ML, AIML, right? You can go into blockchain, cyber security. So these are all the fields, right? So even for that real life experience, if you are in first year, what should you do? Because I know in third year, fourth year, I can make good projects, but in the first year, I don't know anything, right? So for the beginners, what should you do? You should first try to explore all the fields. So my main suggestion for all the first year or second years in this session will be just explore everything you have in your first and second year. Don't think about placement, don't think about CGPA, don't think about anything. Explore everything, be it web development, be it AML, be it CP, be anything. You got a lot of time, hell lot of time. More than 6 months, 1 year is enough to crack a good company. You can do anything after third year, right? But in the first 2 years, to get a gist of what is your interest, what is your what feels like you doing, you can do it for 12 hours, 14 hours. That can be came from when you are exploring all the things. Sorry. So for me, why it was easy, because when I was back in class 9th, as I told you, I got an interest about doing web development. So when I joined the college, when I was in first year, I explored web development completely, and I feel like that this is the field I should pursue, not other fields, AML or anything. But yeah, but I am not very much lean toward development. I will suggest the other one also. If I was now in first year, if I am now in first year, then I should have pursued AIML, because AIML is the trend, right? All you know. So what should you keep in mind? First, your interest. The second thing is market trends, obviously, because if you are pursuing any field and there is no job opportunities in that, this is just like a foolish thing, right? So you should also think about the market trends, your interest. Along with, you should explore all the other fields and get an idea, comparison between what is good for you, what is bad for you. So this is a rough idea about DSA and development. Now a major question everyone asks, bhaiya, like well, DSA versus dev, which should we do to get into good companies, right? So this is a completely myth. Don't follow any website, any YouTuber, anything. These are just clickbaits, thumbnails. DSA versus development, right? I would say DSA is as much as important as development. If you are able to get both the experiences, both the result in your CV, then for sure you are getting good companies. What if you only get DSA? Then what is the problem? Many do only CP in their 3 years of college, and they try to think like they can crack any companies the interviews, because in interviews mainly for the good companies only DSA based questions are asked, right? But what they face issue that after when they join the company, the real life work what they have to do is development only, right? So in that case what you need to do, you need to learn from the scratch. So you need to, for example, if you are cracking the company with doing CP and all, and you don't have any development experience, then you will face some, like you will feel backward in the workplace, right? Many like other developers, they have idea about how the website is working, how the like systems are working, right? That system knowledge, that real life knowledge, that will be coming when you are typing code, you are doing real life experiences, right? So that is the cons if you are doing only DSA. What if you are only doing development, you if you are skipping DSA? So in that case obviously you could not be able to crack the interviews, because in interviews, good company interviews, you should have like 1 to 2 DSA rounds at least, right? So also not only cracking the interviews, but I was also feeling like DSA is not important, क्या ही जरूरत है करने का उसको, just crack the interviews for DSA, study that much only, उसके बाद तो हो ही जाएगा, right? But when I get into the Juspay and we were working on a project, there was a fantastic function, what I would say, it was a like a BFS algorithm. It was BFS for the front end. So there was a graphing kind of data coming up, and we were using the BFS to show that data in the front end in a like a recursive way. So you can expect like this type of solutions having a recursive BFS approach in the front end, in the React or React, whatever you are writing. That is that idea is coming from, that idea is mainly coming from the DSA part, right? So what I will say that DSA is as much as important as development. Don't get like confused like what to do, because you have to do both. Yeah, 50-50 you have to do both, so that will, in that way you can be a better developer. So summing up everything, whatever I have told in last 5 to 10 minutes, if you are in first and second year, you should explore more and more technology. You should not be lean toward a particular technology because they bhaiya and didi are doing that, they are getting a place at good companies by doing that, I should also follow them blindly, right? That should not be done. You should try to explore on your own, like whatever things you are learning, whatever things feels you more interested. Moving forward, if you are in third year, fourth year, I would come back like what is your approach towards placement, right? Yeah, that's all as of now.
But yeah, so we were on how the journey of interview, like the basic, the you cleared the basic thing, like how to get into, how to do this development, CP, DSA. So one thing I'd like to simply ask, like how to, like how everyone, be it first year, second year, third year, fourth year, they have their clutter, like they have a lot of things to explore, and
Right.
sometimes people don't have that clarity, like do I, what should I do, should I do web development, app development, ML, CP, DSA? So how to bring that clarity in mind, or also gate appears in mind? It's just a basic clarity.
Yeah, so that clarity thing is coming up when you are sure about it, what you gonna do in next 2 to 4 years, right? So one major confusion comes into mind, whether to go for the placements or whether to study for the like gate, prepare for gate, right? So many of the students try to do it parallelly, like I can manage it, I can also clear gate and I can also clear placement. But I think this is a major mistake, because if you are focusing more into gate, then I am, from my point of view, I will suggest that don't sit for the placement, because most of the good rank getters in from our college, many of my friends get good ranks, they are in IT now, so they have not opt for placement because it is a like a time consuming thing, right, to manage both the things. So if you able to decide whether to do the higher studies or whether to do the job, right, that should be clear. At least that part of the thing should be clear in our mind. If you are able to do it, like decided whether to go which path to follow, then a lot of clutter is going out from your brain. Because I have decided that I will not go for the gate, I will just opt for the placements. So after that, in the placement, when you are preparing for placement, the one major confusion come into our mind, that whether to do DSA, whether to do CP. So as I have answered in the last part also, that you have to do both of the things. If you are keeping in mind that I will do only one thing and skip the other one, that cannot be done. So balancing your time, doing at least one problem a day if you are in third year or fourth year, at least you should do one problem in a day, and do your like development part in your second year or third year. That should be done. Also, to be a more specific, for example, if you are in first year, then what should your mindset, right? So your mindset should be, as I said, explore all the things, try to give one two contest, try to learn basic data structures, right? First basic data structure, give one two contest to just get an idea like how that CP kind of thing works, how lead code works. Then get into the development field, do some web development, learn HTML CSS if you are pursuing for web development, learn HTML CSS. If you are pursuing for AIML, machine learning, learn the basic maths, Python, whatever is there. So these are the things you should explore being in first year. There should not be any like confusion for you, because you can do anything in your first year, right? Even in the college curriculum, you don't have to study that, because the subjects are from class 12th only, right? 11th and 12th, basic maths and physics. So you got the time, utilize it properly to understand the field, in which field you have to play on. But when you move back to the second year, now you got some subjects in your curriculum, right? And what I will suggest in that part, in the second year, you should learn those subjects, because those subjects are important in interviews also. The computer fundamentals, be it operating system, computer architecture and all, whatever is there, those subjects are important. Try to give some basic understanding of that. Apart from that, what you need to do, you can still explore on, right? You still have the time to explore different things. Even if you are pursuing web development, you can explore whether web3 will work or not, whether blockchain will work or not for you, right? So you can still explore things in your second year also. But parallelly, what you should do, you should learn the computer fundamentals. You should make some initial projects, like some basic projects, whatever things you are doing with. So that should be your thought process if you are in second year, right? But when you move to the third year, so when you move to the third year, now you don't have that time to explore. Now what you have to do, you have to be a master of whatever things you are pursuing from last 1 to 2 years, right? So if you are pursuing web development, you should make some good projects that can be added in the resume. If you are pursuing AIML, you should have some good like machine learning algorithm. You should work on some good machine learning algorithm, whatever thing is there. So in the third year, what you have to do, you have to make your base for the corporates. So by making the base, what I mean to say, be the better in whichever field you are. But now you have to also start uh, doing, like as I said, one DSA problem a day, because that uh, problem solving skills should be developed. That can be developed from the third year. And if you are like going for the interviews also, you should also keep on revising the computer fundamentals. And apart from all this learning part, you should start applying for internship if you are in third year, because as soon as you get some good real life experiences, your resume will be better than most of the your peers. And internship is one of the best way to get like a good resume, to make a good resume. So when you are in third year, even if it is a small company, if it is a, but don't go for that scam thing that we have all seen in the LinkedIn. I've done this. You can understand what I mean to say, right? go for good companies, even if it is a small startup or anything. You should understand that you should able to learn things, right? Learn your skills. You should able to apply your skills. That should be the main motive when you are doing internship, right? Stipend doesn't matter in the internship phase. So if you're in third year, you should opt for internship. But when you cross the third year, now what you need to do, you need to you should not you should completely focus on the interviews. So apply for as much as companies you can. I will also go through that process also. Till now, just recap whatever we are discussing. We are discussing about the interviews, like what the recruiter expecting from us, right? But how to get into the interviews, that is also another aspect, right? That should be also be understand by us, like how can we get into the interviews, because cracking the interviews is the hardest part. Like getting into that part, like till that part is the hardest part of what I mean to say. So in the fourth year, if you are in fourth year, like current fourth year situations, you should apply as much as you can. Don't rely on the on campus only. Go for the off campus also. Apply everywhere wherever it is possible. And revise your past, like computer fundamentals, operating system. If you are having some system knowledge, you should go for computer architecture, how the architecture is there. And oops also needed for the interviews, os oops, then dsa development, whatever you have done, you should revise. So this is a rough sketch from first to fourth year, like what should you have done. Now I think we should move forward, to know about all the possibilities. How can we go from, like, how can we get shortlisted for a company to crack into the interviews, right? That's the point of discussion we should follow next. Ice, do you want to add anything?
So yeah, Harsh has asked one thing, as you said, to apply for internships, but nowadays it is very difficult to get it shortlisted.
Right. So now we will be moving to that question only, like how to get shortlisted, right? So let us first discuss the flow. What is the flow? So first of all, if there is a company, they will list a job opening, right? I'm mainly talking about the off campus, because in the on campus you are like directly getting into that OA round and directly opting for the interviews, right? But in off campus, or if you are looking for internship, then this is kind of off campus only, right? So what is the flow here? So first of all, the companies will list opening. After that opening, you will apply for it, and you will like expect to get shortlisted. And if you got shortlisted, you will get the OA link, and then you will get the like interviews and all. So when the company is shortlisted, if you are not able to get any knowledge about it, like whether this company have an opening or not, how will be able to like crack it, right? So the major problem with the most of the folks out there, for the, I think I will suggest 90 to 95% of people don't know like where to get the openings, right? They don't have any idea where to get the openings. So for this, I have some hacks which I have followed. So what you need to do, you need to first make a list of all the companies you are trying to get into, right? I also have that list. I will share that list also to you guys in the comment box, or you can find me in my like Twitter account. I will like that will be added in the last part of the session. Make a list of all the companies you want to get into. Now go to their careers page. Almost all the companies have careers page, and the good companies, like the top companies, they have something like career newsletter. So if you want to give example, you can go to any companies like something like Genpact. You can go to the Genpact website and go to their career page, and they have a career newsletter. So what you need to do, you need to like subscribe to their newsletter. By doing that, what you will able to get, like whenever there is a job opening, and if that satisfy your criteria, then you will be get a email that these companies, our Genpact is hiring a software developer, please apply for it. So this is the first way. Apply, go to the careers page of all the websites, subscribe to their newsletter. Second part is go to the LinkedIn jobs, make an account there. Like if you are I guess you all of you have the LinkedIn account. Subscribe to the notifications in LinkedIn jobs. You can go to the LinkedIn jobs and create a like customized job you are looking for, whether you can add location, you can add the tech stack, whatever you can add, you can create a notification there. That will also give a notification in your Gmail account, like these companies are hiring software engineer. LinkedIn, make an account in Indeed also. Indeed is a good platform. There also you can get good internships opportunities, job opportunities. And apart from this, there are like n number of website where you can like create an account, and like Indeed, naukri.com. So these are the all the examples of websites where you can make account. So by this, what you will be able to know, you will be getting that information that this company is hiring. Because in today's world, the competition is too much, that if you are not applying first come in first come first serve basis, you are not getting to get selected. So what you need to do, you need to find that information that this company is hiring, and this, like, you should apply as fast as you can. But you should not apply blindly. There should be a process, and that process should be like, first of all, you should make your resume, like you want your resume to get shortlisted, right? So for example, if Genpact is hiring, for example, and they have a job description, because whatever their opening is, that the job description is there. So even if you like have worked on their job description, whatever requirement they have, you can do whatever, you can make modifications with your resume. For example, if you know React, right, but they are asking for Angular, but you have not mentioned Angular in your project, but you know that you are confident that if React, I know React, I can also answer the questions asked in Angular. What I mean to say, the similar things which you have not mentioned in your resume, but you have done it somehow, and the company also asks for it. So what you need to do, you need to go to whatever resume builder you are following. We will have another discussion about creating resume, good resumes. So go to your resume builder, use help from ChatGPT, ask that this is the job description, this is my current resume, please update it accordingly. They will give the updated content, and your resume is updated. Now in many examples also, some companies also ask for the for that letter, custom letter. They ask for a write a custom letter, why should we hire you. So if you are getting that field, many people in due to laziness try to skip that, but I will suggest don't do it, right? Apply some efforts, write down why the company should hire you in a detailed way, in a much perfect way, and add that also. So these are the things you need to follow when you are applying normally. But due to a large competition now time, even if you are applying normally, doing all these things, you have a great resume, you doing all the things, tick whatever I have said, you will not able to still get hired, still get like shortlisted. Because this happens to me also. I have applied around 100 to 150 companies, right? But I didn't get the OA link for 95 to 98% of companies, right? So in that case, the referral system come into play. What you need to do, you need to increase your networking. That can be done from the LinkedIn, that can be done from Twitter also. You should able to connect with other peoples also, join hackathons, join sessions like the Google Tech Fest session, which is around to coming up in recent times in the Kolkata only. So join this session, try to network with people, and try to get an like connection, a good connection, what I mean to say. And when you got a good connection, even in LinkedIn, try to ask for referrals. Because you are due to this competition, you are sure that by this competition you could not able to got shortlisted. But the fun part, what I would say, even with referrals, the competition is also too high, that if you are getting a referral, this is not sure that you are going to shortlist it. Because this happens to me also. I have applied to many companies with referrals also, with 10 to 12 companies in referrals, but they didn't call back, because in the referrals also the competition is too much, that nobody, like if you are not standing out, they will not call out. So how to ask for the referrals? If for example, as we are taking Genpact example, if they listed a role, go to the LinkedIn, search Genpact, all the list of the people who are working Genpact will come up, send their connection request, right? Because if you are not having premium, you cannot able to message them. If you are like just without connection, you cannot message them. Send a connection request, wait for 1-2 days. When they accept it, one or two candidate, ask for a proper message, with a proper message that yeah, hi, I am XYZ. I have been doing this, and this role suits me, right? Share the job description, share your resume in a polite manner, write a like a detailed description, like why you they should refer you, right? So if you are lucky enough, you will get a referral, and you will like be lucky, more lucky by as compared to others, that you will be get shortlisted, right? So these are the major factors. Like to sum up, what you need to do, you need to subscribe to newsletter to get information about the opening. You need to make connection to get referrals. You need to work on your resume. You need to update on your resume. That is another discussion coming up, how to like make good resume. Yeah, so by doing all these things, if you're lucky enough, you will get the OA link, and after that the real struggle starts. You need to crack that OA, and you need to clear the interview rounds to get into the companies. So this is the complete flow. Before we have decided by that problem solving and development wala discussion, and now we have discussed like how to apply for the companies. So this is a rough flow from initial, from the opening to cracking into the companies. So this is a rough idea. I think I am able to make you clear about most of the point. And yes, there can be many questions here. You can ask in the comment box. We would be picking up the questions.
Absolutely, Bhaiya. It gave everyone. I hope it gave everyone so much of clarity as being from the same field and being in the same positions as everyone. So, Bhaiya, can you just once we are done with this topic, we will be going to the questions. Can you uh, tell us about projects? Like one of the most common challenges student faces choosing the right skills and projects to build a strong portfolio. Like based on your experience, what skills are students for aiming for a tech role? Like on a to create their impact in their CV uh, through projects. What are the what are the projects they can go for? And also there are a lot of technology involved. And what is the one more thing is there? If development, then what is the most famous most famous tech going for development? Like Kunj has already asked. To please.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, we need to understand that this project thing, whatever the question is, the project thing, it is a good question. We need to understand that this project thing is not like, this is not specific to any companies, because as I said that the requirements for each and every company is different. Someone is looking for a web developer, someone is looking for data analyst, someone is looking for AI/ML engineer, someone is looking for another project with another tech stack, right? So if you are like, if you are working based on the tech stack, it will be very difficult, because for example, if there is a language so called XYZ language, you don't have heard about that, but many companies are looking for the software engineers in that XYZ language. That is not possible, right? You cannot get into that position. So most of the cases with the tech stack, company don't hire, but in some cases also with the tech stack, companies hire when they have a specific requirement. But for the freshers, like for the freshers, company don't look for the tech stack what they are pursuing. Even in the interview rounds, you can code in any language, be it C++, Java, Python, or anything, right? Sorry. So moving back to that question, like what project we should build. So if you are a web developer, for example, the not talking about web developer, but in general terms, what project you should build, that project should be unique, first of all. Even if you are taking references from YouTube or any video sources or any ideas or anything, project should on itself should be unique, because there are a lot of calculator apps we have. Like everyone is bored with the calculator thing in the resume, right? Making a simple bootstrap HTML website in the resume, that is like a boring thing to have in our resume in current time, because the competition is too high. So look for some innovative thing, look for some like original thing. Now in that place, what you can do, you can follow the market trends, like what the market is asking from us. So if you are a web developer, the market is not expecting you to just know HTML or CSS or JavaScript, right? The market is for sure, it is a mandatory skill to have, to know about React, right? If you are a like AIML student, then the market just know, like they don't expect simple CV like computer vision projects, right? They expect that you do something more like innovative in that field also. So in that case, what you can do, you can follow the market trends. And in current time, the web trends are like you should be a full stack developer, not front end, not back end. You should be full stack. You should learn from front end to back end to DevOps also, because in some companies also in the competition is so high. If you are learning, if you are telling that I am a web developer, you should know how to deploy your website also, not in Vercel or not in Netlify, right? I'm talking about deploying to S3 bucket, setting up Nginx server. So these are things you need to like have in your resume. Like I have a full experience to from creating a website to creating the backend to creating a choosing the database to deploying it to AWS or whatever platform, cloud platform they're opting for. So this is the need for marketing like web development field. This is a roadmap. If you are AIML field, I'm not a AIML guy, but in my knowledge, I'm in my current project what I'm pursuing in Juspay. We are more I'm into AI and machine learning. So in AIML, the market wants you to know the like basics also the like core structure about the AI and machine learning models, right? How it is working behind the hood, how they are coming with large language models, how these like multiple billion parameters are going to work, how you're like all the things you need to learn, and you need to work on those projects. Like you can make an dummy LLM kind of thing in your own. That will be very innovative project than just a simple CV project, computer vision project, right? So follow the market trends. That can be also done through following LinkedIn, to follow get a like a good understanding through Twitter also, like what everyone is doing, to follow different repository in GitHub also. Here the open source coming up, because with the open source also you are going to learn many things, like what is the trend, what everyone is doing, what should I do, what should I follow. So all these things are getting cleared from when you are getting a good understanding about networking and all the things. So I hope I am able to answer the questions. Don't make boring projects, calculator app or anything. Go for some innovative. Make only one project. If you are making three calculator kind of apps, that will not work out. But if you are making a single full stack web development project from front end, back end, database to deploy, that will work on. So this is the thing. Go for the innovative one. Do some research. Work on like do give some efforts, because without efforts to your resume, you cannot crack any companies. That is like a harsh truth in current times because of that competition in the market.
Uh, great, some great inputs from Bhaiya. And also, one thing I'd like to Bhaiya ask, in addition to like, as I've already told about the networking thing, like how to apply, go to LinkedIn and make connections to the top companies. Bhaiya, moving on from these things, networking, cracking, what are the challenges you are currently facing in the your role, like as a product engineer? What are the experience you are having, and what are you getting to learn? There are some clarity of mind, like before 10th we don't know about how it will be 11th, and 11th is a surprise for us. Same goes for like before getting into the company, you are thinking, you dream a lot about this will happen, and you get into the company, then you realize, oh, this is something different.
Right. Yeah. So first of all, it is obvious, right? As I said, whatever experience you have previously, like in your college years, when you get into a corporates, you are getting into something new, which is unexpected. The code base can be new, the tech stack can be new, everything can be new, the team can be new. Whatever thing you have been working on, you are going to work on, that would be different, right? So yeah. So the one thing that should be constant for any software developer, any good developer, that you should not be dependent on any tech stack. Because if you are learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript in your college year, but if you are getting into company, it is for sure that they will can say you to write code in Java. They will not ask you to just write code in HTML, CSS, or Java, whatever the thing. Whatever I mean to say, in the corporates, the changes are very like to happen. So you should be open to the changes. You should be any good developer should be open to the changes in the tech stack, changes in the way of writing code. You are a good developer by when you are opting things more fast. Even if you don't have any idea before, but you are learning the things on the go very fast, that makes you a good developer. So as you said, the challenges what I faced. So in our here in Juspay, we have been using Haskell and Reskip. So Haskell is a like a functional language. It's like a kind of math and pure functional language, which make it very reliable, because as function you expect like specific results only, not unwanted results. So it was a completely new language, and it was a kind feel very hard for me in initial days of my internships. But yeah, when I try to explore more deeper into like that language, I found that it is one of the like purest language. If you able to go to the YouTube and search Haskell, you will not get any major resources, but when you understand deep dive into it, I found that it is a like one of the most purest language. You can write code like all the whatever code you are writing in Java in 10 to 15 lines, that can be done a single line in Haskell. So that tech stack was, yeah, initially it was a tough part for me initial days. But as we move on, as I said, the changes are likely to happen. So the major changes what I gone through recently is moving from a web dev kind of coding to AIML, because my new team is more into AIML. We are working on some LLM projects. So yes, I need to work on, I need to learn the things how LLM is working behind the hood. I come up from office and I just go through the YouTube and try to get an understanding like what is the working behind these LLM models. What I have not done in my college years, right? I've been not into AML thing, but now I am learning AML because that is the need of the hour. So don't stick to one thing. What I will suggest, don't blindly follow one tech stack, because whatever you are doing in fourth year of college, you are on the fifth year, like in your corporate job, you will be completely working on a different project with a different tech stack, right? So don't be very much like lean toward a particular tech stack. Keep your mind open, and be open to any tech stack, because a good developer can write code in any languages, what is like being said, right? So the algorithm should be clear, your thought process cannot be changed, your approach to a problem cannot be changed, but the language can easily be changed, right? So that is a like brief answer to that question.
Yeah,
uh, yeah,
as
go ahead.
you have already briefed about the roadmaps for particular years. So
Right.
some questions are coming. So can you please brief something more, like for a first year, for second year, for third year, what are the particular things you need to be doing? For fourth year, it is clear, but for the first, second, and third year, what are the things you should do, and what are the things you can do, like in brief?
Yeah, I think we can pick the questions, specific questions, because I think we have already like told about that in like all the uh, for each year, but we should pick the specific questions what they are asking.
Here the Harsh had asked, what is the roadmap for third year students for placement?
Okay, what is the roadmap for third year student for placement? So as I already told that you should revise and learn the computer fundamentals, operating systems, OOPS, DSA for sure. And in from the third year also, you should apply for the companies for the internship. What I mean to say, these 2 points. Third point is in the third year only, you should start doing the problem solving, at least one problem a day. So these are the three major things you need to do: apply for company, do one problem a day, learn the computer fundamentals, and if you are also having time, then you should also make some good projects also in third year also. So these are the four things you need to do in the third year. What's
Okay.
next?
Maya,
Yeah, there is a
you
question from Hers. The Hers was asking that chat GPT for cover letter including me. Yeah, for sure you can use it. You can use ChatGPT for doing all these work, like the language kind of thing, because obviously it will be better. They can give more good keywords than us, right? Use the help of ChatGPT in making your resume content also, and all the cover letters also. Yeah, Ayush, you can pick the questions from the
Okay, Bhaiya, you have
chat.
already briefed about the like CV preparation topic. You have briefed a lot. If there is anything to add, you have like can should we customize our resume for, like Priya has asked the one question. Should we customize our resumes for each specific job role and company, like, or a single
Right.
general resume for all applications?
Right. So generally, your original resume will work out in all the places. But if you want to give efforts to a particular company, for example, if it is a good company and you don't want to miss any chance to get into it, then you can give the efforts, right? You can change the resume accordingly with their needs in their way. So you can follow the YouTube. There are many innovative way, right? Someone is making an Amazon resume in the Amazon checkout page in that way, right? So these are the efforts the people give. But try to make a generic resume which can work out in all the places. And if you feel like there can be some changes based on the job requirement, you can make it.
Bhaiya, one more question. Like, it is a very general question for people who couldn't score much in class 2 and bolts, or didn't have, people who don't have great CGPA. Like, one question is from Ankit Hajra from second year. He has asked that I have 70% in class 12 bolts. Will it create a problem in placement? Like, how do I make a resume when I have zero experience? Simple thing. Like, also,
Okay.
CGPA barrier is also there.
Right.
Like, what?
The percentage wala thing, yes, in many companies, in the on-campus, many companies, they have like a certain criteria to have greater than 60%, greater than 70%. So if you are falling in that criteria, that can be a issue. Like if you are falling below the criteria, but in most of the cases, most of the companies, they don't go for that marks, class 10th or 12th marks. In off-campus also, the majority of companies don't check your marks, don't check your CGP also, right? So I'm not going into that CGPA wala debate, that whether we should opt for good CGPA or not. If you are able to crack good placement, just the computer fundamentals are needed for that. The college syllabus, the computer fundamental operating system, oops, there are 2 to 3 subjects which you need to follow carefully, else you can manage an average CGP and you can still get into a good companies.
Mega, since you have already gave us the clarity about how to choose between placements, gate, and all, but there was a specific question like which one should we choose pursue between grinding tech companies after BTech? That is fine. Like, there are three options. Like, first is grinding in the service based company and then switching to product based company and growing gradually in that way. Second option, opting for MTech from the right from after graduation. And thing is getting the experience of the job sector for 1 to 2 to 3 years and getting some financial shortlistment, and then going for the MTech thing, like applying cracking gate after 2 3 years, like after
Right.
working in service based.
Yeah. So, frankly speaking, this is based on the candidate only, what they are likely to do. Right. From my perspective, what I feel that working on corporates for 2 to 3 years initially will be more beneficial. Having the real life experience after the BTech will be more beneficial than to get into MTech. That was my opinion, completely my opinion. But yes, you can also get success from other paths also. You can also crack like get in after BTech and pursue for MTech for getting into good IITs or IIMs. That can be also be done. So there is no barrier to any decision. uh, Discuss with your parents, discuss with your friends, discuss with your seniors also, like what should be the better. In my case, tell them your situation, that you are like this, you have been doing this and this, and what should I do next, whether I should pursue higher studies or whether I should go for the corporates, right? So that should be a like a generic answer for that question.
Okay. Bhaiya, a very good question from a student of second year. Like, this is a very, people don't ask generally. Like, people don't know what are the actual industry trends in the corporates. You have already briefed us about what you are experiencing in working in Juspay as a product engineer. But a question is there, what all technologies are taught by the industry? Like, after getting into various companies, what all languages and tech stack do they work on actually?
Okay, I have been telling this from the very beginning, that this is not specific, right? Because there are n number of companies and there are n number of tech stacks they are using. But in general, in most of the cases, like if you are in some MNCs, they are mostly using some Java-based frameworks, old languages mostly. But in the startups, if you are aiming for the startups, they are mostly into the new technologies. They have the Node.js, Rescript, React, Angular. So this is like a just a hit and trial, like whatever they are using. But as I said, that tech stack should not be matter. uh, but for the freshers, like for the freshers, what you should opt for, you should I will suggest you should learn JavaScript or Python, any one of these two. you should learn one code language like C. So the updated version of C is C++. You should learn C++ or Java, right? You should mandatory have these two skills like Python or JavaScript or C++ or Java. So these are the major things you should follow in your like college years, fourth year. But when you get into the corporates, you will like, as I said, it is very much unlikely to get the tech stack you are working on currently, because that can be completely different. The company can be completely different. Their tech stack can be completely different. But what they expect at least you can able to write a code in certain language that can be done from C++ or Java. And also what they expect that you can do some development kind of thing, and that can be done from Python and JavaScript, because from these two languages you can do anything, web development, AIML or anything, right?
One more question, Bhaiya. It is from this is rare, and this is rare as we are in the sector of tech and IT. A question comes from Manisha Roy, second year MBA, who is graduating right now in systems and operation marketing. She has asked that I want to start my career in tech industries. How can I venture into this technical path? I have previously done BTech in civil engineering and currently MBA in systems operations and marketing.
Yeah, so this is a kind of unique situation, right? This is something rare situation. But yeah, this happens also. Many of the people are moving to take from different fields. It is most common into the IITs or NITs, where you can see many of the mechanical engineering students are applying for computer science jobs, right? So this happens. For that, what you need to do, like you need to do some, as I said, the major requirements from a company in the tech field is problem solving skills that can be done from solving problems, DSA problems. What I mean to say, you can start doing some basic problem solving from Lead Code or Code Forces or any competitive programming platform. And apart from that, you can also pursue some development thing. You can do some web development, because there are many freelancing opportunities available in web development also. Intensive opportunities available. But yeah, if you are transitioning from a full-time job, I think you should also go for like something like data analyst, because that is something not completely into tech thing, that can be done from any group of people pursuing any career. So something like a generic kind of thing into the tech, like data analyst, that can be pursued. I could not be able to suggest more into that, but yes, for that you need to have some good problem solving skills.
Bhaiya, internships go into a lot in the minds. Like I have seen that very few from the three-tier colleges get good internships. And
Right.
how much can you please, like DSA is there? DSA is, I think, the as the top notch being in the when it comes to the importance level. But how much important can you please rate it down? DSA projects and internship projects people do have, like for internships. Is it important? What is the connectivity between projects, internships, and placement? Like how much placement get affected with internship or projects?
Yeah, as I said from our initial discussion also, what company asked problem solving criteria and the real life experience. So problem solving criteria is the DSA part, and the real life experience is coming from projects and experiences, right? So if you are not getting into internship, you are not able to cracking internship, at least you should make good projects, because you should have to fill the two columns of your resume, right? One is project, one is the experience thing. So you need to make build good projects, because in the long run, in the like whatever matters is getting shortlisted to the companies, right? That can be only done when you are having a good resume, because you are not explaining what you have done to them in words, right? In mouth, word of mouth, right? You are doing that by explaining in one single paper. So that can be done by mentioning good projects in the resume, also good experiences. So there should be a balance, 2 to 3 projects or 1 to 2 good internships we will work on, right? And yes, for cracking that internships, if you are completely beginner, completely fresher, no, like for the internship, just you should have some of the basic skills. If even if you have created 1 2 project, that will be enough. You should have basic skills mentioned in your resume, that I know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Some initial internship you can crack on with that only, and after that there is a iterative process, and you can move forward, and you can uplift your tech skills also on the go, right? So we have a question, Bhaiya, if I could not get any internship, if there is a problem for placement. Yes, there will be problem. The problem will be that you will be behind a lot of people's, a lot of peers, right? So there will be a very difficult situation for you to get shortlisted because you don't have any internship. So it's a kind of race only, right? Your peers are also there in the competition. They are getting internship, they are working on projects. So what you need to do, you need to move forward, move one step forward for them, right? So that companies should shortlist you, not your peers. So if you are not having internship, then it will be a major problem. But yeah, you can understand, like there is competition, and you should have mentioned at least 1 to 2 internship there. So if you are in second year, third year, go for that experience thing. That can not only be yeah, one thing to clear, that that experience thing should not only come from internship also. If you are not able to crack any internship, you can go for open source. What I said, open source is like a very good opportunity to get a hell lot of knowledge, right? You can also do freelancing, because freelancing is also a kind of experience, right? I have been doing, I have not done proper internships in my college year. I have done more freelancing, right? I've been working with real customers, real merchants, and I've been building solutions for them. So that is also experience, because I know how to build a software, right? So open source, freelancing. Then other, what you can do, you can participate in hackathon also, because in hackathons also you are getting a lot of experience, right? So that is also real life experience. So these are the things apart from internship, the other options for the internship that you can do: open source, freelancing, hackathons, or anything like it can be anything whichever gives you a real life world example, right? I hope I answered the question.
But yeah, since we have the companies come for the placements, and there is an option of on-campus placement in our college, but in some colleges, companies come for internships too on campus. But
Right.
Is there any way, since offline placement is difficult actually, applying to, and comparatively difficult in on campus, but talking about the internship, is there any way other than cold emailing and continuously building the referrals and all? What is the perfect way to get internships? About Except get having that technology and knowledge, what are the important things?
First, I said that as the process for applying for job, it is completely similar to applying for internship. So you need to do the same things what I've said for applying jobs. You need to go to the company's careers page. You need to subscribe to their newsletter. You need to make your resume perfectly. You need to write the cover letter. You need to ask for referrals, and this is like a same process as of job. And yes, for the beginners, like internships, there are many internships for the beginners also, like who just know HTML, CSS, a small internship kind of thing that can be get from different websites. Are there job opening websites, be it LinkedIn, be it Naukri.com, be it Indeed. So that can be also done from there. And yes, on campus, in many colleges, on campus internships was also given. In some cases, they got that like privilege. But yeah, here what you have to do, you have to apply for off campus only. What I mean to say.
Yeah. But yeah, CV preparation is it can be too big a session, but you have already briefed us on that. A
Right.
question is there. A question we have received about what are the ingredients we need to have in the CV, like perfect CV. How the perfect CV looks like, or can the CV be more than 2 pages or 2 pages?
Yeah, so there are questions I can see for the CB or resume thing. So yeah, so that can be a separate discussion altogether. But yeah, I can answer these questions in brief, because CV thing is there is a lot of thing in there how to make a CV. I think the time constant, we can skip that part by today. We can just answer these questions. So Bhaiya, can we make more than 2 pages of resume? You can. There is no limitation that you cannot make more than 2 pages of resume. But if you are able to keep all the contents in a single page, then you should go for that, opt for a single page resume. But yes, if you have enough experience, you have worked on 5 to 10 companies, you have 10 to 15 good projects, like just an example, you have enough content, then you can also opt for 2-page resume. That is not a problem. But yeah, if you are able to keep that in a single page, try to do that only. Getting in one page, yes, as I said, that you can keep it in multiple pages. Follow a template. I will suggest create your resume in the etc, like in whatever
Overly.
overlip. Yeah, I forgot the name. Overlip. Create a resume over overlip that have some templates. Follow the Jack's resume template. That is one of the basic and most cleanest template. I have been also using it, Jack's resume template. Right.
Yeah, a
Uh,
question is there, like as the resources and platforms can be different for everyone, like learning, it depends on individuals. But uh, one student from second year wants to know which resources, websites or platforms were most helpful to you during your preparation.
yeah, so as I said, there are infinite number of resources available online. You can follow anything, any website, any books, any video tutorial. But the things which are constant, gigs for gigs, lead code, they are like constant. You can have all the like placement, all the round details about the companies, how they took interviews, how what are the details everyone write in gigs for gigs. Whatever companies they are coming up, you can go and search about their job experiences in geeks for geeks, and you can get many articles about their hiring process, right? So geeks for geeks is one of the resources which helped me also. Same for, I am not into more into books, I am not into theoretical knowledge, I mostly follow the video lectures. So YouTube is one of the innovative way I follow to like learn new things. Yes, and for many person they might they might got more knowledge from reading books, but this was not in my case. So yes, there are some Udemy courses, some one of the good resume sorry Udemy courses from where I learned like React, Node.js. So these are the things I have learned from like the one of the popular bestseller courses in Udemy, like from a Maximilian. So I followed him like for Node.js and React.
Yeah, one thing is also there, like as you have been working in the Juspay, so one person know about. Can you walk us through the Juspay basic hiring process for software developer role? Like what were the different rounds you faced?
Yeah, so just pay like hire as a like SD role, but depends like overall process. It depends like which role they are going to give. They can give you PE role, product engineer role, or the SD role. There's not much different, around like 5 to 6 LPA package different. For the PE role, the package is 21 to 22 LPA, and for the SD role is 27 LPA. And there are like multiple rounds. At least you can have 4 to 5 rounds initially. If the shortlisting is already done, then you can have the online assessment round. Then after that there will be another online assessment round. Then there will be a hackathon. Hackathon, not that development wala hackathon, it is a DSA wala hackathon. Yeah, you need to solve a particular like problem statement. And this was like this round usually happens in a one day, like completely from morning to evening. And you have to be in a Slack channel, be in a Google Meet with an interviewer, and you will need to discuss about the possible solutions for that problem statement. So this is a 1 day to 2 day also, in some cases it extend to 2 day also. So it is a 1 day 2 day process, the third round, which is a hackathon round. After you clear, this is the most crucial round. After you clear this round, you will getting into the systems interview. So for the system interview, like they ask mostly about the computer architecture. Uh, you can expect some system design questions also. You can expect some basic question also, like how the keyboard works, right? So this is the systems round. You can expect anything like in the systems round. There is not specific. You can the interview can ask you anything to get an idea about your approach, thought process, whatever knowledge you have. After the systems round, there can be another round also, coding round. But in the most of the cases, directly like the manager round was there, which is the last round. it is a cultural fit plus managerial round. So these are the 5 basic round. But yes, as I said, if you are like, there are some cases also where you can have some extra round. After that system round, you can have one more round, and before the OA round, you can have multiple selection OA rounds also. So generally, minimum 5 rounds. It can be vary from 5 to 7 rounds.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for this. And also, we have already said that, like you have already explained everything, like how to manage this and this. But a common question from student of third year, he might be a cluttered, he might be in a clutter minus state. Like, how did you? A very common question this is, and you have already explained that. But still, how did you overcome the challenges faced in your journey, like managing college plus projects plus DSA plus building networking, having good projects, applying for internship, computer fundamental subjects, all these things at once, and also the college exams? How difficult was it, and how did you easily manage it?
To be honest, it's just difficult in our brain. But if you follow the algorithm, if you are clear what you have to do in the upcoming 6 months, upcoming 1 year, what is your like final goal? What is your algorithm to go to that goal? If you are clear in your path, there should not be any confusion. As I said, the algorithm is very clear. You need to have some computer fundamentals knowledge. You have to know the basic data structures and algorithm. You have some good projects. You need to create good resumes, and that's it. Like, there are other experts also, but this is an algorithm, right? These are the things I need to do. So try to write down, note down. If you are in first year, if you're in second year, if you're in third year, if you're in fourth year, after this session, try to note down like what is my current situation, what are the things, like whatever things I have mentioned which is needed. Make a list of it and try to compare it with your case, like in which place do you exist as of now, and what are the things you need to do further to get into like the good companies, right? So write down, make a algorithm like what should you do in next 3 to 6 months, whatever case you are currently in, and act upon it. Simple, act upon it on your algorithm. Make a dedication that I will solve at least one lead code question per day. If you're in third year or fourth year, I will solve at least one lead code question per day. And that will give you a, because if you're consistent in your like algorithm, whatever process you are following, results will be there. Results will be there for sure. Hard work plus consistent, like it will give some results. I hope it's answered that question, right?
Yes, Bhaiya, perfectly answered. Bhaiya, one thing, as they have already said about the DSA practicing one question a day, a student has asked, like, what level of DSA are we asked, like, क्या कहाँ तक पूछते हैं, tree, graph, DP, companies wise, comparing the service based and Accenture, Juspay, IBM,
Yeah.
companies like Oracle. What is the difference in levels, and up to what level should the DSA be ready for all the on-campus placements of IEM?
Right. So the most of the MNCs companies, Accenture, IBM, or all the companies, Infosys and all, they ask like basic, easy to medium questions. Sorry, easy to medium questions, and the questions are a bit lengthy in the terms of like the text. They will write a language that you are XYZ, you have done this now, घुमा फिरा के कुछ वो एक कहानी बनाते हैं, फिर then you need to like catch that logic, and if you are able to get that logic, it will be hardly take 5 to 10 minutes to write the code, right? So for these companies, the questions are very easy. You just need to catch what the question is asking about, right? And that catching wala part, that experience will come from problem solving only. When you have solved around 100 to 200 problems, you can get that idea about how to catch the logic. And for the other companies like Oracle or Juspay or other companies, the questions are a bit tougher from medium level, not below the medium level, medium to tough level also in some cases. So in that cases also, you should prepare for the medium level questions clearly, thoroughly. But yes, for the MNCs, the most questions are kind of string manipulations. Easy questions, string manipulations, arrays, working with arrays, stacks, queues. But as you go further, like as in Oracle or Juspay, they ask most into graphs, trees, DP, dynamic programming, and linked list, and all these questions are asked. Right. So be prepared for everything, because in current time the situation is like that. Even if the companies like MNCs giving 4 to 5 lakh of package, they are asking deep level questions in their interviews or online assessment round. So be prepared for the worst, because the company can ask anything. If they are in like good mood, they can ask a simple easy question. If they are in bad mood, they can ask something very much complex which nobody able to like in that group can solve, kind of that thing.
भैया specific question like ये question कुछ लोगों के दिमाग में होगा like is there any chance of getting or ML or IoT particularly requiring that skill from on campus placement like coming from the particular role.
Yeah. So if you are talking about on-campus placement, I don't think there are much opportunities for cybersecurity, because you need to understand like how that on-campus wala thing works. In on-campus, the most of the companies come, they don't look for a specific requirement. What I mean to say, right? They tend to hire mass recruiter. They're mostly mass recruiter, right? Even they are hiring 10 to 15 candidates. They don't hire based on a certain particular specific job criteria. That criteria, like that job cyber security field, that can be given by the company later on when you join the company, right? That based on that company are not hiring, but when you get into the company, they might give you a project which is based on cyber security. So in most of the cases, company in our colleges, in our like on campus placement, they don't hire based on like their particular specific need or the job requirement. If they are hiring like I don't think so like they got more specific like cyber security only, right? What I mean to say, most of the on-campus companies hire like in a broader spectrum. They will hire in a broader spectrum, and later on when they will train you, they will give you particular projects based on cybersecurity, whether IoT or whether AIML, right? What I mean to say.
Getting it, Bhaiya. The last question comes here as it is the left. Bhaiya, what is your special advice for a third year student?
Okay. I think we have already answered that question. For the third year, I have already answered that question. Go for the DSA preparation, solve at least one question, apply for interviews, learn computer fundamentals completely, and then do some development work also. These are the 4 things you need to do in your third year. I think we can now pick questions from the audience also, if there are any. You can feel free to ask question in the comment box, and we can pick the questions from comment box.
What about an ATS score for resumes?
Yeah, so ATS score. So ATS score is the like. So for example, if there is company hiring with a certain JDS like job description with some requirements, so what they have a software which compare their keywords, certain keywords which they are looking for in your resume, right? So the ATS score is not only the keywords, it's also the arrangement of your resume. What type of font you have been using, what type of like color you have been using. All these as a whole create like there is an algorithm to create a ATS score for your resume, and many companies like shortlist the candidates based on your ATS score only. So you can see right here the manual intervention is not there. Even the HRs are not looking into your resume. They are just shortlisting the candidates which are above 90 or 95 ATS score, right? So you need to have a good resume. You need to create a good resume with a good ATS score. Yes, we can go into that session later on some other day for creating resume, how to like optimize your resume, how to look for certain keywords. So that can be done.
Now, I'd request all the audience, if you have any questions, you can ask. Like we will be ending soon. As I can't see any question here. So, Bhaiya, first of all, thank you so much for taking this much time. हम लोग के लिए इतना टाइम निकाल के आए और इतने टाइम से like I've been in contact with you 15 days. Like what are the suppose आप हर टच में रहे and what are the things we need to do. एज अ लीड भी आपने गाइड किया कि कैसे तुमको करना चाहिए, एंड ऑल्सो you did the thing so perfectly. You gave the time, and thank you so much for this. It means a lot to us, and we are proud to have you there. Someone from the top notch in the product based company, and वो उन्होंने हमारे साथ सेशन किया, भैया ने आपने आपने हमारे साथ किया, हम लोग बहुत खुश हैं इस चीज को लेकर, and everyone is so happy. Also, a questions from Priya here is, do companies ask situational questions?
Yeah, companies do ask situational questions. This is mostly happen in the HR round or the cultural fit round. The cultural fit round, in there ask you different kind of situational based question, like what motivates you, why are you in this field, why you have pursued this thing. So these are kind of some situational questions they might ask. So be prepared for that also. But this is not the like situational question. That is not the hardest part. Whatever we have discussed in current session, in our session, that is the like major points, like the key points for the placements, right? DSA development, how to apply for the companies, how to get shortlisted. One thing that is left is the resume thing. So later on, if I got some time, we can take another session based on resume only, right? I think that answered that question.
Yes. No more questions there. Also, thank you so much, everyone who came here and attended the session, coming here and being there, being with patience with so much of technical glitches from my side. And thank you for having that level of patience. Bhaiya,
Right.
if you have like anything to add for
Yeah.
this community or for the students.
Yeah, like be take part in these sessions, host sessions, invite others also, other seniors also who are in good positions. Try to build a good network in the college. Try to learn by this community learning principle thing. Have a knowledge, have a good connection with others also. Yeah, and I see you can like merge the two videos, and if possible, and create a single like post in a single YouTube video, because half of the session was
Yes,
terminated.
Bhaiya, I will be doing that.
Yeah, okay, then you can find that complete video in a single YouTube video
Yes.
later. Okay, then thank you everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day and keep chilling. Don't take more tension. Everything will be fine. You can do it. You guys can do it. Just follow the path, the algorithm, what you should opt for, whatever goal you are opting for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Bhaiya.
Yeah.
We are going to end the stream now. If anyone has anything to ask, they are thanking you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Bhaiya. Thank you so much. We are so proud to have Prakash. We'll be so proud to have people like Prakash Bhaiya and Chaitak Bhaiya, like people like them. Or we are also planning to start a gate series where we will be inviting the people who have cracked gate in their time. हम लोग स्पेसिफिक चीज़ों को लेके भी ट्राई करेंगे, एंड अब जो पीपल जिनके साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेके डाउट्स थे, वी हैव contacts with people who are at great positions in cyber security field, ML field, AI field, every skill. So we are planning to start the gate series also. So we will be having everything for you guys, whatever is required to in this field. Thank you so much, everyone, and we are so proud that Chaitak bhai हमारे पास आए, and we are also I'm thank you so much to all the audience attending here. We are ending soon. You will get a stream exact video for the session too. Thank you.